but you do most of your work door to door. Because when you're going door to door, you know they're registered to vote. You know they haven't already signed your petition because you have accurate lists of that. And you're able to make sure that you actually reach most of the people who are eligible to sign. You may even know who is more likely and less likely to sign because you may have quite a bit of information about individual registered voters, and you may know exactly who at a particular address is registered to vote. And so you go there and you ask for the 3 people who really are registered, and you don't let the 1 or 2 people who live there, maybe teenage kids, sign who are not registered. And you actually know what you're doing. The problem is that door-to-door work is a slower method of collecting. If you're just trying to collect a few signatures, let's say a few thousand, to put a circuit judge candidate on the ballot, and you only need to get, let's say in some county, 3,000 total signatures or 1,000 total signatures, and it's a small percentage of the total, that's easier to get at farmers market. It's not efficient to go door to door for a small number. But going door to door means that you don't trip all over yourself. You don't start depleting the pool. The analogy I use quite a bit is that it's the difference between hunting and gathering and agriculture. You can feed people on venison, I suppose, and by gathering berries and nuts in the woods. But the state of Michigan, I don't think you could support more than 100,000 people by shooting deer and other game and gathering berries. I think at that point you would discover, just like the Native Americans did, that basically that's what the state of Michigan, this much territory, will support. But you can support 100 times as many people if you divide the land up into little plots and build roads and have drainage ditches and have equipment and stores and insurance and fertilizer and seed corn, and you have a whole system of agriculture. Well, you can collect 1 or 2% of all the voters using the hunting gathering method. You can just go and approach them all. You can shoot the deer as they appear, but you can't do something big like recall a governor based on random set of signatures gathered that way. So you have to have a mechanized method that plants crops in nice, careful rows and controls the weeds and all that. It's a little too metaphorical maybe for this purpose. But you need actual agricultural methods. You need to divide the state up into little zones. You need to make sure that every zone gets worked. You need to make sure the people who are doing the work are following the rules and they're not making things up on their own. You need to make sure that you control duplication. You need to have a method of preventing people from this, because you're paying for these signatures. You're actually paying the people going door to door. So you need a way of preventing fraud from occurring and catching it immediately if it starts to occur, people faking signatures. So you need 100 things. You need an actual office staff. You need to have money to pay people for signatures, and on and on and on. you do all that, and and you have a substantial volunteer component too, so that some of the signatures you wouldn't have to pay for. About $6 million is the least it could possibly be done for. I wouldn't be comfortable with a $6 million budget, but I'd be very comfortable with a $10 million budget, and I'd be hoping that I could maybe pocket $1 million or $2 million at the end. So that's the answer. How could it have been done? George Soros could have helped out. Because my previous explanation is probably too long for them, I suppose. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. You know, I sometimes, in the political consulting business, sometimes you are met with people who have lots of enthusiasm and no sense. And I just feel like I'm watching salmon at the foot of a rapids. And you got to cheer for those salmon. They're not going to make it to the top of the rapids because the water's moving too fast. But the salmon try so hard. And I just feel like saying, good luck, little salmon. I'm with you. I'm for you. Let me sign your petition, little salmon. Go for it. So that's what I'd say. Good luck. Go for it. But the little salmon's not going to make it.